What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with some breaking news regarding the Division 2. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But all of this information and more is on my Twitter page, X if you're nasty, so follow me over here at Kamikazevondoom for anything Division related before I make a YouTube video. But we have new Twitch drops. We have a new mask bundle tomorrow. We have a new agent briefing for the new season that starts tomorrow, and so much more. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So first up, let's talk about the Twitch drops that start tomorrow. And it's only going to go on for 1 week. These are Twitch drops for 1 week. This is going to be happening from December 2nd to the December 9th. And it's going to start noon. So noon tomorrow. Now the Twitch drops are as follows. For 30 minutes, you will get the new Universal Weapon skin, Mutiny. Looks like pirates. After that, for 1 hour, you get the named item cache. For 2 hours, you get the Universal Weapon skin camo. Looks like a black tusk camo. Pretty cool. For 3 hours, you get an exotic cache. And finally, you get the backpack trophy keyboard for 4 hours watched. Now, just a reminder, the 4 hours watched does not have to be all at one time. It can be 4 hours spread out throughout the entire week. But you have to be able to claim those drops before the 9th when they all end. But here's the keyboard. Looks pretty cool. It says the Division 2 on here. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Pretty cool. But those are your Twitch drops. They're going to start tomorrow, and they will be active for 1 week. So December the 2nd to December the 9th. Next up, we have a new helmet and a new premium bundle. So here it is. This is the Fang pack. And this will be available tomorrow for $20. Now, remember, for $20, what it's going to do is it's going to give you the 2,600 credits and this mask. So that will be the Fang pack. Now, no, this does not have anything to do with the season pass or anything like that for tomorrow. So yes, every season we have a new season pass and a new premium pass. So this is different. So if you're going to do the premium pass tomorrow and you're going to do this Fang pack, that's like what, 50 or 60 bucks right then and there. So just remember that tomorrow we have the premium pass and we have this brand new Fang pack as well. But all of this leads up to the big article. So this is what the developers sent out. No patch notes as of right now. Instead, we have an agent briefing. And it says here, a shift in power is coming. Every faction will feel the impact. This part doesn't make any sense because it's only True Sons. These are True Sons. The entire thing is about True Sons. So they keep teasing that it's going to be every faction, and they keep teasing that if the companions do good this season or do well enough, that they'll continue the companions. So it seems like they keep, inching closer and closer to, hey, we're going to have companions for each of the factions, and this one's just going to start the True Sons. But anyways, none of that has been officially said yet. They just say that if it, performs well, they'll keep doing it. So here we go. The Division 2 Mutiny. And this is everything for tomorrow. They are breaking down everything, including a fresh fan kit now with logo, season art, and other assets. Pretty cool. Now it says here, Agents, the Division 2 Mutiny brings a shift in the conflict. True Sons defectors are breaking ranks, and we can recruit them as field-ready companions. With the command link system at the center of the season, your coordination with these recruits becomes a powerful tool in every fight. New threats, new equipment, and a demanding Master Climax mission will test how well you can adapt and work together. A lot of people are saying it's going to be the Countdown power plant. A lot of people are saying that. And if you want some official materials to go with the action, here's the fresh fan kit. Now we have a table of contents here. They're going to be talking about companions first, then modifiers, new gear, weapons, talents, the new Master Climax mission, the new season pass, and that one-time offer. Starting with companions. The Division 2 Mutiny introduces the new NPC companions, a feature where you can recruit and command defected True Sons soldiers who now fight by your side. As a squad leader, you can guide your companion through combat by ordering them to reposition, refocus, or support the team, or even activate special abilities through the Command Link Global Modifier. The system is tightly connected through this season's modifiers, and it will shape how you and your companion work together. Each companion functions as an active modifier that you can equip, and every archetype brings its own set of abilities you can command in combat. Passive modifiers will strengthen your teamwork, and those hostile modifiers will introduce enemy behaviors designed to disrupt that coordination. Recruitment. You can now recruit NPC companions through the open world encounters and True Sons Mutiny events found throughout Washington, D.C. during these fights against True Sons. You may come across defectors who choose to break ranks mid-combat, and if they do and survive, you can speak to them afterwards and recruit them as your own active companion. Recruitment encounters appear only in Washington, D.C., but once a companion joins you, they can go with you anywhere, including missions in other regions and the full range of difficulty settings up to Legendary. So yes, you'll be able to take your companion to New York, whether it be Warlords of New York or Brooklyn. Yes, you'll be able to take your companion to Coney Island, Camp White Oak, the Pentagon, things like that. But no Countdown, no Descent, no Dark Zone, no Conflict, nothing like that. You will be able to use this in missions, open world, and summit. Now, the three different archetypes for these companions, we have Assault, Medic, and Engineer. The Assault companion will push forward and engage aggressively while still using cover if needed. The Medic companion will focus on healing, cleansing, and reviving the team, while the Engineer companion will keep enemies out of key areas with well-placed turrets and strong close-range defense. You begin the season with the Assault companion unlocked during the introduction mission. The Medic and Engineer companions are gained by finding them and recruiting them in the open world. Each companion has traits which act as strengths and weaknesses. They are randomly assigned within the companion's archetype and may improve offense, defense, movement, or resistances. You are encouraged to experiment with different companions and trait combinations to find the one that fits your playstyle. Now, during the PTS, I did have some companions that would throw riot foam grenades. I had some companions that would shock the enemy. They all brought a different set of skills, so it is going to be pretty cool. Next up, we have our modifiers, starting with the global modifier. Remember, this is the modifier that is on the whole time, as long as you have it activated. It says here that the global modifier will be called Command Link. Command Link is the core seasonal modifier and sits at the center of your teamwork with your companion. The meter builds when you perform coordinated actions, for example, marking priority targets, focusing fire on the same enemy, or backing each other up with damage or support actions. Each action will award Command Link points and give you short-term buffs. When the Command Link meter is full, you can activate your active modifier. As you continue earning modifier XP with the archetype, these abilities will level up and you'll gain additional effects. Now, these are just the short-term buffs that you get, okay? So this is what each individual, action will give you towards your global modifier, and this is what you get out of it. For example, your companion kills your marked target, it grants you weapon handling and rate of fire. Crossfire, you or your companion kill an enemy that you have both dealt damage to, you get crit hit damage. I mean, all of these buffs are pretty cool. Your companion completes a move to cover order, and it will give you reload speed. So just things like this. I mean, a lot of enemies are coming. Put your companion into cover, get that reload speed, good to go. It says here, assist. You or your companion revive the other during combat, and you get weapon damage. Either you or your companion revive the other during combat. Or hold on, what? You or your other companion revive the other. And then it says here, either you or your companion revives the other. Okay, so that's a typo. So assist is you or your companion kill the enemy that the other person was shooting, and that will grant you weapon damage. While the buddy aid, where you revive each other, will give you bonus armor. Now, of course, all of these things will give you command link points, and that will help you activate your active modifier. Moving on to passive bonuses. The more companions you recruit, the stronger your personal passive bonuses become. The more companions you recruit. So you just keep recruiting more and more and more. The bonus is based off of how many companions you have collected in the season. What? And it stays active whenever the modifier is on, even if you don't have a companion deployed. What? So 10, 20, 30. Okay. So you need to recruit 30 companions. 10 assault companions, 10 medic companions, and 10 engineer companions. What this will do is it will give you 15% more weapon damage, 20% more hazard, and 15% more skill efficiency. Wow. I don't remember them talking about that. So that is a permanent buff. And that's just however many you've collected during that season. So as soon as you collect all 30, you're maxed out for the season for your passive bonuses. Dude, that's actually really good. Co-op rules. Command links work both solo and co-op. So while you're in a group, only one companion is active for the entire team. Any agent can deploy their companion for up to 90 seconds, but then another player can take over. Each agent builds their own command link meter based on how they coordinate with the active companion. Priority kill and reposition buffs only apply to the player who issues that command. Crossfire, buddy aid, and collateral damage, however, can be triggered by anyone in the group, and each player receives those buffs. Now it says here that your command link progress will carry over whenever your agent deploys their companion, and progress will reset when an active modifier ability is used. Speaking of which, active modifiers. Active modifiers are powerful abilities that can trigger once your command link meter is full. Each companion archetype has its own version of this ability. They can be upgraded through the modifier XP system. So again, if you have an assault companion, you can level them up. If you have an engineer companion, you can level them up. And if you have a medic companion, you can level them up. Now, going into a little bit more depth into each of these, starting with the assault companion, this one's going to be called Spearhead. So the assault companion will fire an explosive RPG that will hit hard and apply a bleed in a small radius. Activating it will also boost your team's damage against exposed enemies for a short time. As you level it up, the blast radius will grow stronger and wider. Wilder. and eventually leave behind a burning area that helps break down enemy groups. I dig it. Next up, we have the Engineer Companion. This is your skill based companion. And this one's going to be called Techline. So the Engineer Companion will deploy a turret that locks down on enemies and increases your team's skill damage. Higher levels will enhance its firepower and add disruptive effects such as an EMP burst or explosive rounds. That's pretty cool. So as you level up the engineer, the turret will hit harder. It will eventually have explosive rounds, and it might, do like an EMP burst. That's pretty cool. And finally, we have the Medic Companion. This one's called Quick Fix. So the Medic Companion will set up a support station. So think of it like a reclaimer from Division 1, right? So the medic will set down a support station that can heal you, cleanse you, and revive you, just like an old support station from Division 1. Pretty cool. This will also give you and your team armor on kill, and as it gets upgraded, it will extend the range of the support station and add new tools to it, including shock effects that will help protect your team as the station expires. Now, those were your 3 different active modifiers, right? So you have your Spearhead, your Tech Line, and Quick Fix. Now let's jump into the passive modifiers. So it says here that passive modifiers will provide ongoing bonuses that work with any companion. There are a total of 18 passive modifiers. Holy moly, that's more than we've ever seen. Grouped into offensive, defensive, and tactical categories, and you can equip up to 3 at a time. These bonuses activate automatically as you play. And it also says here that passive modifiers will focus on strengthening the coordination between you and your companion, and they reinforce your teamwork by enhancing things like command link generation, buff uptime, and damage of well-timed actions. Going to the hostile countermeasures, or your hostile modifiers. So hostile modifiers are special enemy behaviors that are designed to break up your coordination with you and your companion. They appear throughout the season and require you to adapt your tactics. So there are 3 different hostile countermeasures, and these countermeasures will have an indicator over that NPC's head to tell you which one they are. So it says here, first one is a commander. This one will be a heavily armored elite enemy who will then boost nearby allies. Following that, we have the jammer enemy. This will be a hidden enemy who suppresses your command link and disables passive modifiers until you flush them out. And finally, the fire team hostile countermeasure, where a paired enemy group that shares damage resistance and healing. Interesting. So again, you'll see the indicators. You'll see they look a little different. They might have a little different color change, whatnot, but you'll be able to pinpoint them pretty quick. Next up, we have the new gear, weapon, and talent changes starting tomorrow. This season introduces new equipment focused on teamwork. If you work with your allies, you will gain stronger offensive and defensive benefits that will help reinforce the entire group. Allies will include group members, nearby NPCs, and or your companion. First up, we have the brand new exotic M1A. Here it is right here. This brand new exotic M1A comes out tomorrow, and it will be a part of the seasonal reward track. So you'll be able to get this tomorrow just by leveling up your seasonal levels. Now, this is going to end up being one of the better exotics to use as a healer, and here's why. This exotic M1A is going to be called Bittersweet with the talent Transfusion. So hitting headshots will build up a stack, max up of 8. So these are not headshot kills. It's just you shoot them in the head 8 times, or any enemy in the head 8 times, and then shoot your ally or skill. Now, it says here that when shooting an ally or skill, it will repair them for 50% of the damage that you shot for each stack. Now, that's for each stack. So if you're shooting 8 times, it will, I guess, just by using the old math, half of your damage would then heal whatever it is you're shooting. So if you're dealing pretty good headshot damage and then you're healing for pretty good, it's not only going to make your skills last longer, it's going to make your teammates unkillable. Because not only are you healing them for an insane amount of armor, you're also giving them bonus armor. Now, this part is the crazy part. Now, yeah, hitting headshots and then shooting your teammate, whatever, to heal them, that's cool and all. But check this out. Healed allies will receive 200% of your repair skills bonus as bonus armor. So if you are running around with 210% repair skills like I was doing in the PTS, you will then be giving your teammates, 400%? 400%? Woo! Bonus armor. Yeah. And that's why whenever I made that video showing it in action while we were doing that DUA stronghold, my teammate was killing everything and they were running around with a full DPS build. But because I was healing them for such large amounts and they were getting bonus armor, it looked like I was running around with a tank build. But in reality, I was just using this weapon and just shooting the headshots and then shooting my ally, shooting the headshots, shooting my ally. And my ally became unkillable. And we straight up steamrolled through the entire thing. It's really good, really strong, and not only that, but all hits become guaranteed headshots after you heal them. So all you have to do is get your 8 shots, shoot your ally, and you're going to get guaranteed headshots right then and thereafter. Pretty cool. This is easily going to be one of the best exotics in the game, and I'm here for it. Next up, though, we have the exotic chest piece. This one's okay. It will bring in a new type of gameplay, and let me explain. So here's the new exotic chest piece, and it's called Beacon, okay? Now, this one will also be introduced through the seasonal reward track starting tomorrow, so you'll be able to get this tomorrow. Now, the cool thing about this is it comes with 2 different buffs. One buff for allies and one buff for skills. So you either have to be close to allies or you have to be close to your skills. Now, each will give you a different buff. But just to let you know, the ally buff is double of the skill buff. So while you're within 10 meters of a skill, you get 15% skill damage, or crit damage, 7.5 skill efficiency, and 1% armor regeneration. But when you're within 10 meters of an ally, it's double. So 30% crit damage, 15% skill efficiency, and 2% armor regeneration. It's exactly double. So you just want to be next to your friends or next to your allies, and you're good to go. Now, it does say right here that the PvP version of this talent does not include any buffs listed above, and it's basically half. So whatever this one is, it's like half. It's really, really low. They are not adding anything really to PvP, just so you know. They're not. And what the developers have said is they are staying away from PvP because their next big balancing thing is supposed to be all PvP. All right. So that is it for the exotics. And these are the exotics that are showing up during the seasonal reward track. You have the exotic M1A, the Bittersweet, and the exotic chest piece, the Beacon. Moving on to the new gear sets. We have a new gear set and a new brand set. So first up, our new gear set. So the new gear set is called Concentrated Company. So Concentrated Company is going to be very, very strong. And the reason for that is they added crit damage to the buff on top of the weapon damage. So check this out. The 2-piece bonus gives you weapon damage. The 3-piece bonus gives you weapon handling. But that 4-piece though, woo! That 4-piece talent called Camaraderie. So camaraderie, it's shooting an enemy will mark them for 7 seconds. But that's not the good part. The good part is when the marked enemy dies, you receive a stack of weapon damage and crit damage for each ally or skill that contributed to that death. So if you have a turret drone build and you're running around with 3 other teammates and you guys are all focus firing, you're going to be able to max this one out pretty quick. Not only that, but max stacks are 35. 35. And the weapon damage gets buffed with the backpack to 5%. So, yeah. So you're at 175%, right? You're at 175% weapon damage. But wait, there's more, because then you also get 70% crit hit damage at the same time. What? This is redonkulous. Not only, well, the chest piece doesn't matter, because the chest piece, all this does is it increases the number of marked enemies. We don't care about that. But if you're using that backpack that increases the weapon damage and you're using, like, I don't know, glass cannon, like, come on, man, forget about it. This is going to be really, really strong. 175% weapon damage and 70% crit hit damage. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Next up, we have the Unit Alloys brand set. So the Unit Alloys brand set will give you rate of fire for the 1-piece, AR damage for the 2-piece, and magazine size for that 3-piece. Not only that, but we get 2 new named items. We get Perfect Obliterate starting tomorrow with the new named chest piece called Equalizer. And this one, crit hits will increase your weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 24 times. And we have the named holster, the Salvo, the Salvo. And this one is only going to give you 5% rate of fire instead of the 8% we saw in the PTS. And this means that whenever you use that holster, you will get 10% rate of fire total. Here's a look at the Unit Alloys set. And here are your new named weapons and new weapon talent. So these have everything to do with ensnare. So we have a new named shotgun, a new named vector. So the first one is a new named shotgun. It's a M870 called Lockdown. Now this one will amplify your weapon damage to ensnared enemies. Now it's for 25%, but in PvP it will be 15%. Now that's for the perfect version. So the normal version is going to be 20% amplified damage to ensnare enemies and 10% in PvP. So it's only going to be 10% amplified damage in PvP to all enemies you riot foam. I'm not sure if that, well, that actually still might be worth it, even at 10%. Because if you think about it, when people typically use the riot foam, they're probably going to whip out an SMG or a shotty regardless, because they're going to be right next to you. I mean, unless they're using the bighorn, but still, this is going to be pretty deadly. A Vector SBR 9mm and M870 against ensnare enemies? I don't know. And finally, for the exotics, we have the exotic Super 90 called Sheriff. Now, this one's going to be locked behind the new Climax mission. So here we go. Master Climax mission. Successfully completing the Climax mission on Master difficulty for the first time will guarantee you the new exotic Super 90 Sheriff as a special reward. It can also drop from any difficulty through, though with lower chances. So the higher difficulty, the better the odds. And that is all of the new gear, all the new weapons, and all the new talents and everything in between, right? So now let's jump into the Season Pass. So the season pass, remember, we're going to have a normal season pass and then a premium pass. And here is the Mutiny season bundle right there. So it says here that season pass, the optional season pass is available for all Division 2 players starting at level 1, priced at 1,000 premium credits or $10 US. This will be available in the game store and it's available to everyone. So while the season pass is accessible from level 1, some of the rewards will be usable only when you reach level 40. Additionally, players can opt for a premium plus option. So instead of $10, it'll be $30. So for $30, the premium season pass bundle will have multiple rewards offering a greater value. Now, what are those rewards? You'll get the season pass, you'll get the Mutiny outfit, you'll get 20 tier skips, and 500 premium credits. Now, it says here that players with the season pass can unlock premium track rewards such as 10 new gear dyes, 9 universal weapon skins, 2 new outfits, 2 prestige patches, and 400 premium credits. However, the free track will have 3 patches, an outfit, the 2 exotics, the 2 named weapons, and a universal weapon skin. Now, there is also a one-time offer. This is the Fang helmet I was talking about earlier. So the Fang pack, don't miss out on this exclusive one-time offer. The Fang pack will be available for $20 US, and it will include 2,600 premium credits plus the Fang pack headgear. It will help you stand out when heading into Mutiny. And that's actually it, everybody. And before you head out, keep an eye out on our special winter event coming soon. The winter event will start the week after, so December the 9th. And it says that we will share more details with you soon. And it says jump over to the known issues board. Let's see if there's anything new over here. And the answer is no. They did not add anything new. So all of your patch notes and whatnot are a part of this article. I hope you enjoyed. All of this information and more is on my Twitter page, X if you're nasty. So just follow me over here at Kamikazevondoom for anything Division related before I make a YouTube video. But again, all of this has been shared and much more on this page, including the Division Resurgence. But we'll talk about that more once this season starts for the Division 2. So we'll let the dust settle on the Division 2, and then we'll jump into the Division Resurgence because we still have a couple more weeks of Division Resurgence, and I am grinding away. Let me know if you're in the Division Resurgence, and let me know if you're in the DOD, where we're getting there, man. We're getting there. I think we're around like clan level 7, clan level 8, something like that. We're getting there. But hey, I do thank you for sticking around with me. Take care now. Bye-bye then. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one, all right? I'm Kamikazevondoom. Peace out.